in this space can I fit into? And in order for me to now say, what is that? I need to understand what is needed for me to thrive in this tech space. One of them is, am I technical, or am I more of the theoretical person, or am I a critical thinker, or am I very creative? What is that thing that you know you're good at? Trust me, everything I just talked about, the tech space can absorb you into different roles. Let's not even talk about the roles that are coming up today on the blockchain space. Let me first of all talk about those that are actually in the tech space as a whole. So, do you want to ask a question, Gold?
No, continue. I have a question, but just finish up.
Okay. So I have quite a number of roles that I just came out here today with. Maybe if you have maybe you want to take down notes. I didn't have time to maybe prepare a slide or anything, but I'll just say them out as it is in my head. So one of them is maybe if you are the type who is very creative and you have learned, or you want to, you have this flair for design. You can be a freelance either, or a consultant when it comes to it's one of the most popular of them all. Either you can be an article writer, you can be a social media person, or you can be an audio/video editor, translations, graphics design, and maybe voiceovers. Now, this may sound like things that will not fetch you money, or you can't build your career around. Now, let me tell you, let me shock you. Don't for any reason tell yourself that I cannot use being a graphics designer, a video editor. Who says that all of these things, they may seem like they're bulky? You can pick 1, 2, or 3 of them, learn about it, be good at it, put them together and say, okay, I can do so and so in your company. And any tech company today that either doesn't need a social media person, doesn't need either a video or audio person, or translation, maybe they have some things they're trying to do, or graphics designers, voiceover, maybe when they are trying, maybe there's something they need to do and they need people's voice, they don't want to see your face. If you tell me that these roles are not needed in any tech company today, I will tell you that you're joking, because this is the era of digital content, and all of this digital content today are needed in the tech space. So you can be that go-to guy. And now the good part about having some of these skills is you may not get a company that will say, I want you to be our full-time person, but there are companies that give these positions as full-time roles, especially companies that have raised funds, or companies that have money to pay. They have a fat a check where they can actually pay as much people as possible. Then imagine if you have these skills and you tell yourself, no, I don't want to work for a company, so a company will not tie me down because I'm good at this thing. And I know I can sell my skill to multiple people. I know a boy is currently in the crypto space. He's an article writer, graphics designer, video editor, and I think he also does animations. With all of these skills together, his minimum, what he makes at least minimum in a month from the 4 different crypto companies he does content for. All of these companies are not Nigerian companies or local or African companies. A total of $15,000 comes to his hands every month. And imagine imagine if he puts that money into and say, okay, I take a quarter hour out and I use it to do my trading in crypto and all of that. You can see that he's beginning to build income. So I asked him one day, I said, how long did it take you to build these skills? He said, I learned the most challenging skill I learned was my animation skill. I used 1 year and 6 months to perfect that skill. So this is a guy who is 27 years old, and when he graduated, he went straight into the digital space and started learning. He's creative, so he can write articles, he can do video and audio editing, he can do animation. So you can see that this guy has built it, has learned this thing over time. So he did not just start one day and say, but he said, I must be good at this. He started with graphics. Graphics was fetching him small money. and he started taking it one after the other, and that was how he got into that space. And today, he's not working with just one company, 4 companies, and these companies pay him. Some of them give him, he works, let's say, maybe 3 hours in a day, and maybe for 2 days. So he has the time, because what he does is create the content, do the animation, give it to them. Maybe there's a need for him to come talk to somebody in the company. He does it, and he does everything remotely from his house. That's how good his job is.
Okay, let me come in there. Wow, you just like you went to the end part of my question with this explanation that you're giving, because I know so many people will be like, I'm here for the technology. I'm here for the technology. And most times, those people that always say I'm here for the technology, they're usually broke. Jade is broke, because they'll always say I'm here for the technology. But there's so much money to be made with and in the technology. But I just feel maybe they're getting it all wrong, or maybe they don't have much value to give, just like what you just said now. How can one person be doing 4 things at the same time? Like the guy, you know that he's really a hustler. So if you're just joining the conversation, this is Pick a Niche. We're discussing building careers in tech, powered by Grind. Please still share the link. We still have some minutes to go. They still have a lot of things to learn. Also, we're streaming live on YouTube. You can rewatch it. It's going to be there forever, ever, ever. So, and my guest today is Mr. Chike Okonkwo. Now, Mr. Chike, back to you. You studied economics. How? Like, how did you leave economics to the tech space? Like, how did you do it?
Okay.
At least I know Mr. Franklin studied computer science, the likes of all those other people, they did computer and all that. So how did an economics student just come into this? And you didn't just come into this space and learn trading and all that. You're just so much about tech. So how did you do
it? So I was a guy that when my mom first got her Nokia 3310, I ransacked that phone. Like there was nothing I did not know on the 3310.
So why did you do economics? That's my point.
So like I told you, I don't like anything that's technical. I'm ready to play with whatever you have done with that technicality. Give it to me. Let me play with it. Let me understand it, what it can do and how it can solve people's problems. Then give it to me. Let me go and sell it to people and tell them this thing can. That is what I have always loved. So, but because I couldn't learn the technical side of things, my mom wanted me to study engineering, and she saw the way I loved it. But I told her, I said that I love to play with this thing does not mean that I want to be the person building it. So I wanted to do something else, and I always told her I want to be a businessman. And I tell people, I say, starting a business career does not mean that maybe once you leave school you might start. You might decide to be in the industry, work, understand before you launch out a business. And I feel maybe that's the path I'm taking. I don't know. So, but at the end of the day, I found myself loving anything technology. I started everything computer. I never went to any computer school. I started pressing laptop from my secondary school when they started teaching me computer. I fell in love. I started doing everything. I learned about it. I didn't really do a lot with it because I wasn't very creative, but I wanted to understand how this thing could solve problems for people. So I was more on the business side to understand the business around most of these things. And that was why when I came into the tech space, economics broadened my view about how business should look like. Because people feel like economics is about demand and supply, buy and sell and all of that. But it's broad. So I picked the part of economics that opened my mindset to how businesses are built and how it affects the economy. And that is why when I went into the tech space, I told myself, I want to be a business developer. I want to be working directly with the guy who is building technology and being the guy who will help him design the business case, or at the end of the day, help him sell that product, or help him, the other staff that comes in, I help him tell them this is what the product is about. So I can do sales, I can do business management, a lot of things that has to do with, because after you have built a technology, you need to sell it. You have built it for value, and to give value, you need to sell it. So people need to be employed for them to sell it. And while they are selling it, people need to keep the financials of this company, which is what the accountants. And also, there need to be more engineers who will later help expand the product. More people come in, more people who have learned how to build, like programmers, like back-end developers, maybe UI UX designers who design the front page, how the entire application or the website looks like, and all of that.
Yeah.
More people begin to come in. So is a holistic what's it called? Approach to having everybody in it. So the technology will not sell itself. The company will not grow on its own. People need to come in. Skills need to be attained that will come into this maybe company or tech space or whatsoever.
Yeah. Okay, so to add more to what you just said, someone wrote on the chat box that I thought when I hear tech, I feel it's coding. That's not true. Most people feel that way. When they hear tech, they just want to run away. But there's so much there's so much more than just tech. Me that's even talking, I actually studied pure English. So, but today I'm doing so many things that I did not even study in school. So, and now, actually, even in the crypto space, you can become a writer, but you're writing for a tech company, like you said, a graphic designer, but you're doing it for a tech company and all that. So definitely you can actually leverage on so many things in the tech space. So before we continue the conversation, we're supposed to go on a break. And if you're just joining the conversation, this is Pick a Niche, discussing building career in the tech space, and my guest is Mr. Chike. And remember, if you are not participating in the conversation, like if you're not chatting or writing something on the chat box, you will not be part of the giveaway. And the giveaway is sponsored by Threshold today. So make sure you're part of the conversation. So we'll just take a short break. When we come back, we'll continue. So I think the audio is still not working. Or most people said they could hear it earlier. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with the audio, but let's not just take any more time. So if you can hear me, still type on the chat box. I'm actually having an amazing time. Like I'm learning so much from Mr. Chike. And I just remember that I will never use my main wallet for airdrop. I can't even think about it ever. So, okay. So if you're just joining, remember this is Pick a Niche. I'm your guest, your anchor. I'm your host, sorry. And my guest is Mr. Chike, Boots the Bullets. That's what I usually call him. So yeah, we're having an amazing conversation. Now, if you have your questions, just drop your questions on the chat box and I'm going to read them out. Okay, you can hear me, yes. So if you have your questions, just drop your questions on the chat box. I'm going to read them out because everybody has to be part of the conversation. So just drop your questions, drop any insight you need, just drop it. He's here, he's going to answer all those questions. So like, back to what I wanted to say. Now, just like they say, money is evolving. Very soon, fiat might go into extinct. There might not be physical money anymore. Now, the blockchain space is technology on its own. It's technology. That's what it is. So how do we make people understand that? Like when we were younger, if you ask someone, what do you want to become? Because I want to become a doctor. I actually wanted to become a doctor. Then I now realized I hated seeing blood. So I now changed career. I wanted to become a lawyer. So when JAMB now gave me what they wanted to give me, normal Nigeria, they pushed me to English, and that's how I studied English. Not like it was my choice. So what my question is how do we make people understand that this market is big enough to carry anybody and everybody? How do we make people adopt blockchain and cryptocurrency? How do we make them understand that, yes, you can actually be very successful and build a career in the blockchain or in the tech space?
Okay, so first of all, I learned in a very hard way, and I don't want people to also learn that hard way. I did a lot of research. I did a lot of watching YouTube. Not many people will be opportune to have fast speed Wi-Fi like I did. I had access to fast speed Wi-Fi internet when I was doing all of this research. So first of all, take away all the technological jargon. If you're not looking at becoming a programmer or a developer, you can understand what the protocols are and all of that, but take away all the jargons of the technology and all of that away from your head and try to understand how can this be of value, and also what are the kind of companies that are coming up here. Okay, I've looked at all of these companies that are wallet solutions, they are exchanges, they are platforms that are trying to be a bank, because tomorrow digital banks will come up. Like my company, we're not really a bank, but we provide infrastructure that companies use in holding their assets. So if you look at it in somewhat in the traditional space, we are like a bank. So, but we are not really a bank. So, but at the end of the day, if you look at this space and look inward, then you're an accountant, you should tell yourself, in the US, there is something called crypto taxation, blockchain taxation. Why? The US has enacted a law for people to pay tax. And people pay tax in the US. Some people in the US, when you trade on Coinbase, when you trade on Binance, when you trade on a couple of exchanges in the US, Kraken and the rest of them, you pay tax because the US has seen crypto as a taxable. Then
it's not centralized anymore then.
So because these exchanges are centralized exchanges, they have your detail, they have your passport or your credentials. So they are regulated by the government. So they now remit those tax, because the government does not tax you directly. They tax the company. Then the company, in your trading, as you're paying your small fee to the company, part of those fee the company is taking is also part of the tax that goes to the government. Yes. So they tax you for trading and all of that in the US. So I was once looking for a job with a company called Robinhood. And Robinhood is a platform where people can invest in crypto and all of that. And also Robinhood has an arm of the company that specializes on helping people calculate their tax on all their different trading platforms, so they don't get overtaxed by the trading companies. So at the end of by the trading exchanges. So at the end of the day, who do you think will be working in that company? After Robinhood has built the product, they need accountants. They need people who understand tax. So if you say that I need to work in one bank because I studied accounting, I need to work, you are lying. What you should update yourself with is, what are those tools?
Sorry to cut in. One of my guests last week, she actually studied financial technology. So I had to go and look into it. And I knew that there's a course titled that is financial technology. But I don't think we have that in Nigeria yet. So carry on.
So if you go and thank you very much. That's a very good indication. You need to go and understand what are those tools as an accountant that going into the fourth industrial revolution, what are those tools that an accountant will need? Nowadays, people tell me I do ICANN, all of that. It's good. Do all the ICANNs you can do. Maybe tomorrow, auditing companies are beginning to look at blockchain solutions for auditing. Auditing companies are beginning to look at EY, Ernst & Young. Ernst & Young just partnered with who? Polygon, to use the Polygon layer 2 for Ethereum, which they have implemented for Ethereum, to what? Implement it in a system they are building for their accounting software. That is blockchain. Okay. So if you don't update yourself to a point where you can use these tools and understand this, maybe in the forthcoming years to come, you may be out of job. Forget all the things I studied accounting. After that accounting, most of those things you are studying are outdated. You need to update yourself. And technology will play a huge role in everything we're going to do in the next 5-10 years. Don't worry, Nigeria will catch up. When we catch up, those who cannot catch up with what was happening will be left behind. So also, going back to the question somebody asked before we went for a break. Let me just outline some careers that I know. There's something called what's it called? You need, if you're good at marketing, digital marketing and all of that, please start putting yourself as a marketer. Understand how to use LinkedIn, understand how to use Discord, understand how to use social media platforms, any type that you know that is good in the industry you're going into. If you're going into the blockchain crypto industry, go and learn how Discord is used, learn how Telegram is used, learn how WhatsApp is used for all of this kind of marketing, because you may realize that your job in a day is to be on WhatsApp, to be on Telegram, to be on Discord as a job, and they are paying you $2,000, $1,000 in a month. And imagine if you can do that. I know somebody who is a marketer for two crypto companies. One pays him $1,500 a month, the other pays him $700 a month. And he's still willing and eager to work for more because he can actually switch in between. He just needs to what? Yeah. Put on his calendar when to work on content for this person, when to work on content for this company and all of that. So at the end of the day, you are using your phone to work. If you are a marketer, stop trying to remain a traditional marketer. That era is going to go away. It will go away. Also, if you're looking at working with a fintech company, agrotech company, and who says an agriculture, someone who study agriculture cannot be in the tech space. Tomorrow, if maybe an agri-tech company has been built, they might need some people who understand agriculture to come and work with them. My friend in South Africa and former colleague, his name is Kaya. We used to work at OKX together. He has quit active crypto to going into what? Green agriculture, green farming. So he has a greenhouse where he plants stuff. And there's this thing they use in making beer. He's now growing it. And that thing grows once a year. They do harvest for that thing once a year. Now he has done it. He has done it in a way. He has applied technology. Now you can harvest in his green farm 4 times in a year instead of 1. That is what technology has come to do for us. So now, wow. I was speaking to him yesterday. I watched a YouTube interview of him yesterday. He's in South Africa. And I asked him, I said, bro, he immediately sent him a WhatsApp. I said, did you do this? He said, no, now he has 2 people working for him. Sorry, 1 person working for him who understands agriculture. That's a company who has applied technology into agriculture. So who told you that you must be a programmer?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Also, there are roles for me. There's a new role I'm trying to learn and understand for the blockchain and crypto space. We're going into an era where governments are beginning to look at what's it called? Digital currencies. I want to learn forensic auditing. You may not be technical. I am not technical, but I will learn forensic auditing. These are for people who are maybe people who will help financial crimes commissions to audit or maybe look into illicit transactions on digital currencies. And also, there are forensic auditors already, but I'm going into trying to learn forensic auditing for blockchain and crypto. And also, as a forensic auditor, if anybody has built a platform, they can bring the codes and say, audit our codes for us, advise us on what you think is this or that, and all of that. And there are tools that will help you. Nowadays, you don't even need to use your head. These tools, when you run these tools, because you already understand the technical part, you just look at the tools and tell them this part of the code maybe has a bug or all of this thing. There's something also called software testers. People have built, you also go into testing this software. For that, you can also maybe learn one or two skill on how to use the tools.
Okay, I have another question. But before I ask that question, please, can someone just drop the link to Grind Domain on the chat box? So if you're not in Grind Domain, just click on the link, then you join Grind Domain. You get different infos and you get to be part of our community. So, Mr. Chike, there's so much fire coming out from you, like fire shut up in my bones, So now, someone asked, how can I learn this blockchain? Now, before that part, how can someone source for all these jobs? Because I know that, I might have all these skills and all that, but how do I get to work and get these jobs? Like all these foreign companies and all that, how do I get to get the job, so to say? Okay. So that's the question I wanted to ask.
So getting all of these jobs is not easy and it's not difficult. First of all, I said something at the beginning. You need to, when you ask of a niche, you need to first of all understand, okay, am I a graduate and what have I studied? Can this, what's it called, that I've studied be applied in the tech industry? Do research. Anybody who is waiting for anybody, I don't spoon feed people. And I don't expect anybody to spoon feed me. I will go hard on you guys on this one. I won't spoon feed you. Go online in your spare time. Remove a time from WhatsApp or all the things and bring out 1 hour for research on anything that you believe that you're good at and you feel it can be applied in the tech space, whether marketing, whether business side. Go online, ransack the internet. Information is there. One of the things that have helped me in research is I like visual research. So I like to do more of YouTube kind of research. So when I go on YouTube, if I don't find it on YouTube, anybody giving the information about it, then I go on Google, because Google can be more scattered. But with YouTube, you can know whether this is trash, I don't need this, or because Google, you have to read it. You now know, okay, is this good? But with what the person is talking about, visual content, you know, is this good? You can skip the video and look for the next video. So that was how I learned everything blockchain, crypto that I'm doing today. That was how I learned most of the technicalities. I just started looking at videos of people who are talking about blockchain and all the jargons and all of that. So also make sure you tell yourself, okay, I want to do this. If you want to be a programmer, know that you want to be a programmer. If you want to be a UI UX guy, UI UX is user interface and user experience person. So if you want to be that person that helps make what's it called, do research. How can I be a good UI UX person? Look for people who are around you who are already doing it. Ask them to mentor you. And also, don't just say, mentor me, please. Tell them, as I'm doing this thing, this mentorship, I'll be bring the jobs that you have. Let me do it for free. Yes, let me do it for free. That is the best way to learn. Don't wait
Yes,
for
you have
them to
to
tell
give
you.
something.
If you're broke, get ready to do things for free. At a point when I
What? If
lost
you
everything,
get ready to do things for free.
yes. If you at a point when I lost everything I lost, every company I volunteered to do things for, I didn't ask for payment because I was hungry to learn.
That's true.
When I wanted to work with BitFXT, I didn't want a payment. I just wanted to understand and learn. But Franklin was my friend, and he said I knew he wouldn't want to do that. Yes. So, but I was willing to do it and let's build this thing, even if no money was coming from it. Because thanks to BitFXT, that was where I learned how to manage and understand crypto exchanges. And that was working with BitFXT was one of the things that gave me my job with OKX. Working with
Wow.
OKX was a bigger exchange. I'd worked with a local exchange who was doing something that was more robust, just like what's it called? OKX. And that was what got me the job. Till I resigned and went for another job. So at the end of the day, these are the things that you should also be ready to do. And like we are talking about today, picking a niche is very important. Make sure you don't try to overlearn everything. If you're doing content, you can learn as many content skills that you can carry.
Yeah.
Yes, because content is broad. So you can learn as many content skills as you can carry. But if you want to be a developer, know the side you want to be. Can you be a full stack? Fine and good. But that will take you longer time to become a pro. Can you be a back-end guy? Fine and good. Do you want to code smart contracts for the blockchain side? Fine and good. Do you want to be the guy who codes all the front end? Fine and good. Do you want to be a mobile app developer, iOS or Android? Mind you, if you are a girl and you are saying that tech is not for me, I cannot program, let me shock you. If you know Clubhouse, I've been trying to understand I wanted to know who built Clubhouse, what was it called? Android application. The day I found out she was a lady, I was surprised. Just a few days ago again, a publication of her on tech, I think one of the tech blogs interviewed her, and she shared her view on how she got the job. Android developer. Clubhouse never had an Android app. They got a girl from Nigeria, an Android developer from Nigeria.
Are you serious?
Yes. And I said I don't use an iPhone. I use an Android phone. And I said I will not go on Clubhouse until it comes on Android. People wanted me to buy an iPhone because of Clubhouse, because I always come there to be, people want me to moderate. I said no until it came on Android, and it was a Nigerian, and I'm proud that it was a Nigerian girl that built and developed the Android version of Clubhouse. So that's the same way people are working for Facebook from Nigeria. Also, their careers if you are good in customer support, and maybe in your company, you currently are a front desk person. Majority of the time, people who are front desk people are customer support and customer care people. Take that job seriously. And if you are looking to come into the tech space, or if you already understand customer support, you can begin to take some few online courses on customer support, on how to manage your patience level with people and all of that. Trust me, you can get a job with a company being a customer support person. I know a lady who has switched from working as a customer support person from Access Bank to becoming a customer support person with Bolt. You know Bolt, right? Taxify. Yeah. She's now one of the customer support person at Bolt. And Bolt just did the conference. She was part of the persons who went abroad for that conference.
Wow. There's so much to talk about. Wow. I've learned so much already, but we are working with time. So I still have the last set of questions for you. But I want to be sure that the spin is ready for the giveaway. at exactly 5 minutes to 9, we're going to run the giveaway session. And make sure you're still commenting so that you can be part of the giveaway. So, okay. So the question that I asked was, how do we source for jobs? So if I've built myself, I've learned all this, I know how to do them, how do I get jobs? Or is it in Igbo, they say, "Ahịọma na-ere onwe ya." Does it mean that the business will come and meet me in my house or something?
Okay, so one of the things you must, if you're coming to the tech space also, one social media platform you must put yourself in is LinkedIn.
Okay.
If you are coming to the tech space, one social media platform you must not play with is LinkedIn. A lot of people there are CEOs. Many of them are not, they don't know what they are doing. But if you follow the right people, follow the right companies, there are always roles. There's always a place where they talk about jobs. But I'm not guaranteeing you that you will get a job from LinkedIn, but I can give kudos to myself that every job I have gotten in this tech space or in the blockchain space is from LinkedIn. That is one way. Also, if you are looking for jobs regarding to maybe a skill you have gotten, you can start maybe looking at searching for companies in the kind of industry. Is it in a fintech company? Is it in a blockchain? Every website, 80% of websites of tech companies always has a career tab, either on the footer or at the head of the website. Always try to go on that career place, look at what they are doing. If they have a site for when they call remote jobs, if the one that suits you is there, you can do it. Or you can go on YouTube and type remote jobs for so and so, maybe any skill you have, remote jobs or jobs in so and so skill that you have. Also in the blockchain space, crypto, go online, type crypto job websites, crypto job. There's one called the most popular one, Crypto Job List. The guy used to work with one of the top tech companies, and he just said no, that he found out that people need jobs in the crypto space, but they don't know where to put their jobs, because if you put a crypto job in other platform, it gets overshadowed. So you have to create. Now there are so many platforms coming up today, and also, I don't know anybody who knows Chrisani. A few days ago or yesterday, he posted something on his Facebook, and he listed new kind of funny roles for
funny job roles.
Funny job roles in the NFT space. But these guys are printing money. By the end of the day, if you're the type that likes to play with animation and you do it for fun, you need to start taking into consideration to make that thing fetch you money. I've said it that if my wife, when I get married, stop my children from watching cartoons, I might have issues with her, because you don't know whether these children will fall in love with the animation and start drawing it. My friend today, his 7-year-old daughter is an animator. She does the very, very little kind of animations, and she's learning it. This is a girl that went to school, and they were doing cartoon characters, something in school. And she came back and told her dad, "Daddy, I want to be able to design this thing." And today, her father has put her in that path. She's 7 years old. Sorry, she's 9 years old. Her brother is 7 years. So these are the way the world has gone. Our children will not follow that path.
That's true. Okay, it's been an amazing session. Like, it's just so power-packed. Now we're going to run the spin for the giveaway, and after that, we'll have the session come to an end. Don't leave, still be on the call while we have the giveaway. We'll run for five times actually. So are you ready? You are ready.
So before the giveaway start, let me just say one
more thing. For the spin.
For the baristas in the house. Oh. I think she can't hear me.
Okay. He didn't put the logo. I guess he forgot. White. Congratulations. White, you just want to give away from Mr. Chike. From Threshold, sorry. Okay, White. Ah, wow. Congratulations. I think this is her first time on the call. I've not seen her before. Congratulations. You just want to give away three more to go. Wow, congratulations. There's usually a sound on this thing. I don't know why the sound is not coming, but that's fine. Congratulations. Two more. Isaac. Congratulations. Isaac, you stop coming on this call. You're always winning. There's somebody else should win. Philip Smith. Congratulations. Okay, thank you very much for that. Uncle Chike, thank you for coming on the call. It's been an amazing session. Actually, I'll have to go and rewatch this because there's just so much to remind myself about. But before we end the conversation, there's a question I usually ask. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years if Jesus tarries?
Where I see myself in the next 5 years, I know I'm going to be one of the top business guys in the tech and crypto or blockchain space. I'm not just in it for just trading. We need to build value. We need to deliver value with technology to Nigeria and to Africans. So I hope to see myself doing that in the next 5 years.
Wow. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining the conversation. It was an amazing session. Okay, before we go, I just remembered someone I had on the show one time, and I asked him, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? And he was like, he's going to be retired. And I'm like, when there's still so much to do, and you want to be like TikTok CEO that will just retire and go and be eating money. Okay, thank you everybody for joining the conversation. It was an amazing time. Those that want the giveaway, you get your giveaway on the domain on our group. So join our group. When it's time, I'll get your account numbers and send your funds to you. So thank you everybody for joining the call. Thank you, Uncle Chike. It was an amazing session. I'll have to rewatch it over and over again. And hope to see you soon. Bye, everybody. Do have an amazing night rest. Bye.